truthful and honest with yourself, and always try to be a good person. And also be a considerate person. There are no two people who are the same. Especially in any money situation, each person has his own, personality, has his own background, and has his own individual traits. So you try to reconcile, the two persons, if you like, and you negotiate and consider the positives and the negatives of each other, and harmonize them. The human being is full of failings. That's how he is created. So he has some, like I said, positives and negatives also. And once you are able to reconcile that, I think you can move on in any relationship. But be very, very considerate of the other person. And of course, baseline, have the fear of God. Whatever you are doing, okay, is it acceptable to God? Because once it's acceptable to God, then it's likely going to be acceptable to the human being. He may have a little reservation because he doesn't know everything. Only God knows everything. But invariably, you will see that, yes, if God accepts, that conduct as defined, then that means that conduct is the most appropriate for whatever situation you find yourself. And it's key to really, like I said, appreciate the person you are with. What kind of qualities does he or she has? And how do I engage with those positive qualities? To make life better. And you don't, yes, like she said somewhere, you don't become judgmental. You try to factor in both the background of the individual and the situation. Because sometimes responses, when you are together, you can find that they could be situational. And most of the things you do, let it come from your heart, let it be deep down, sincere and honest. And if you move that way, probably you can last the distance. And always be willing to excuse the individual feelings. Nobody is perfect, and there's no perfect situation. Even the marriage is not perfect. Well, like I said, you are bringing two people together, different background, different sensibilities, and different, so many things different. But God brings you together so that you can reconcile and harmonize all those things and move forward together. And that's essentially what life generally is all about, actually. And you keep hoping that it's going to be good. Yes, yesterday wasn't that good, but tomorrow is going to be better. And life keeps moving with hope. But honestly, key thing is always know that there is a responsibility that you have to take. Even being together, you have to take responsibility of being together. And I think maybe, some of these things do not guarantee you good life. But without some of these things, you don't stand a chance of having a good thing. So really, that's essentially what life is about. The sacrifice, the understanding, the communication. Even when you are correcting or you are making mistakes, there is a better way to always put it, always appreciate it. It should have been done like that, it should have been done like that. Or it should have been this way, or it should have been that way. Put it on the table and appreciate it, and don't take anything. Life, they say, is short. So don't take it too far. If you are angry, take it too far, you also shorten your life. But again, always find a way to give excuses for the other person. He doesn't have to do this. He is like that. Yes, she is like that. You can always move forward and avoid what you say when you are angry. Because when you are angry and you say things, then some of those things are not retractable, and they give lasting impressions also. So again, when you communicate, when you talk, when you do things, try to, moderate. Moderation in relationship is also important. Otherwise, there will always be reasons to quarrel. Perspectives differ because, the wife and the husband have different perspectives on everything. But then if you harmonize their perspectives, that's when it's good. But if everybody keeps to his own and insists, then it's a problem. And like I said, his life is like that. Again, as the man, as the husband, you have to provide leadership. With good examples of how to do things, how to move things forward, how to do things. And you take it and, like I said, you negotiate and communicate and say, this is how we need to do it, and this is how we need to do it. And let the person who is moving with you appreciate and understand that whatever you try to establish is for common good. It's not for any other things. Maybe better like that. But like I said, because of the dynamics of life, there are so many pressure and stress points that you go through in life every day. So even your reaction to day, you should also moderate it and know somebody somewhere is not responsible for your problem. So take it and deal with it, and like I said, for everything that you do, keep saying refer to God. And this skill is very important because a lot of things you don't know them. You are only able to know within the framework that God allows you to know. Because even decision you want to take, you really don't know which is the best decision. But you pray and say, okay, I'll make it easy, and then you take the decision and you say that it's a good decision. Sometimes we take wrong decisions also, and then we need to appreciate all those moments and all those times. And you can find it a little better. And keep your heart open, keep your mind open. If you are full of grudges every day, full of regrets of something or the other, you don't get happy. You have to come up with good spirit all the time. Good spirit all the time. Yeah, Allah will make it better. So you don't take things and make them like you are full of frustrations and you think that, like I said, somebody is responsible for something. Because he doesn't like it, because he doesn't. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't happen like that. For each human being, there is a defined trajectory, by God, not by any means. As you move on, you'll be seeing those things changing, some of them changing for the better, some of them changing for the worse. But if you keep your faith, there's nothing that like you say. Some of the trials you go through, they're actually meant to prepare you for something else. You may not know until they happen, and when you sit down and reflect, you say, oh, when it was happening, it was so bad. I didn't think I can even go through it. But then you have gone through it, you have passed it, and you have seen better things, and you don't even want to talk about what happened before. So it's also, like I say, it's also a part of life. It's not only in marriage situation. In life, you have to keep reinventing yourself until you achieve, a good sense of peace within yourself.